you're joining us. It is Mayegun live. So as you are joining us, please read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Kindly read the description as well. Then like the broadcast. It's under the video. Share it as well. To invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. And tell them all that Mayegun today. And this could be a class that everyone should attend. So you will be helping somebody not to miss it out. So thank you if you have done that already. Tonight, we are going to have what we call the People's Parliament instead of taking calls. So the first hour of this broadcast will be myself updating you on what is going on out there and what are these political career criminals, what are they up to? Because whether we like it or not, since you and I will likely not join in their political adventure, they will still do what they will do. So it might be it might kind of like interest you that you need to know who is doing what and what they are up to. Because like I said, whether we like it or not, their actions, their inactions, our own, much like this interest, contributes to wherever we are today as a people. So we shall be talking politics on the political tonight. And there are other stories too. Just to make sure that as you are joining, you did the right thing. Like that is like, share, sit back, relax, and let's have that chat. Brethren, again, many of us have been called armchair critics because we tend to have all the right words to describe the political players in Nigeria. That in fact, for so many people who have not just observed from far, we are talking about those who have actually got their fingers, hands burned by trying to get involved. And from all these experiences, people believe that, to join the Nigerian political adventure with the mindset of trying to change them is going to end in misadventure. So we've discovered that the system that keeps producing or normalizing, electoral fraud, judicial fraud, it is that system that needs the fixing, not the change of personnel. However, so many of us believes that if a system is not credible enough, at least to represent the supposed yearnings of the people, there is no point in participating because your participation is considered as validation. You can't participate in something and then cry, something you know that is rigged, and then you cry to have been cheated. But on the other hand, Nigeria is a place where those who have the opportunity to probably fix that contraption ended up making it worse, only for them to realize that oh, so we're actually really better than this other one that succeeded us. Oh, now let's go back in and fix it. Nigeria is filled with that. And Nigerians, when I say Nigerians, I'm talking about those of you who can be easily swayed. And there are other factors that probably influence that. But however, you have a very short sort of like lifespan for, keeping your rage and anger against those who have wronged you through the system, right? So they believe that And that is popularly called Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome, whereby at a point, people tend to sort of like gravitate towards the same characters that mainly contributed to whatever it is that they are facing. And that is why the characters like El Rufaya, Kaduna Littlefinger, Atifku, not just them, not just Atifku, well, you can put Atifku out a bit, right? Then you have Ubima, Judas Iscariot, Rotimi, Amaechi, and there are many others too, who were just, 2 years ago, they were solidly behind the same Boko Haram that destroyed Nigeria beyond anything. The one that came to industrialize terrorism in Nigeria. But until when they met Kolu tend to have taken it a bit further, and suddenly they want to save us. So, like I said, you and I pretty much won't participate in a supposedly rigged system filled with questionable characters who suddenly feels patriotic to save you from their own, which is their own peer. Whether we participate or not, they will do what they want to do, and the consequences of what they will do will be borne by, will be bought by me and you. Just like when they came together and they were shouting change, change then, Boko Haram, a certificate-less, lifeless mannequin. Some said, well, and these were the same characters, like I said, the same characters from the ruling party then, and then the opposition who said they wanted to save us. But here we are. So the choice of what you do with any of this is up to you. But we will not pretend that this also could be the beginning of an end. There's so many things wrong that a lot of them have tried to avoid, like the conversation around whether Nigerians of this today, if they are asked if they still want to be part of this contraption as it is currently set up or not, that national dialogue, which also includes probably renegotiating the union, the one that guarantees the safety and protection of the indigenous people of Nigeria, right? That conversation, they don't want to have it. These were characters shouting, restructuring, restructuring. Then it ended up as part of, their scams among among many others. So tonight, or should I say, in the last few months, we have been inundated with the talks of coalition talk. And I don't think anybody is presently watching this broadcast or this video is, unaware of that. But I think it is getting to that stage where, as many admitted, that Tifnumbu's tentacles so spread that there is no existing political party in Nigeria that does not have Tifnumbu's at least input, more or less like compromised. There are others who felt like something still needed to be done. Like the way Nigeria is going, it is a pure train wreck. You get what I mean? At the end of the day, you are in a country where terrorists are being so revered and activists are being jailed for complaining too much. So even an idiot should be able to predict where this is going to end. But is it really going to be enough to stop Kolu? Well, some said they should go and start their own political parties. Maybe they heard you, maybe not. There are other theories where everyone believes that any coalition, okay, not everyone, the obedient in particular, believes that any coalition that does not include Peter Obi is just an effort in futility. There are others who believe that, yeah, this coalition talk and all that has been concluded for like a year now. Yeah, somebody said that to me, by the way. Not that they actually presented any, but it's more or less like we have only been seeing just snippets of whatever they are up to. So part of the options then was to adopt a political party, existing one, or maybe they should start their own political party and maybe everybody will just come in with their own terms and conditions, whatever that was, or whoever predicted this, because I did too. Now, for those who predicted that they will start their own political party, does this mean that the Labour Party can be left for Abure and others? Does that also mean that PDP can be left for Wirewike and others? Can these guys, these strange bedfellows, pull another stunt like they did on Goodluck Ebele Jonathan? Now we are probably going to have to wait to see that. So today, they submitted a name that, let me see, what's that name again? His name is Aki A. Ricketts. I do not have his image. But today, a letter has been sent to INEC, right? And it is actually an application. Now, let me read it in part, all right? So it's called Application for Registration. We respectfully write to the INEC requesting the registration of our association, the All Democratic Alliance, ADA, as a political party. Now, I don't have the history of this group, whether it is new, whether it is old, I don't. But we do know there's the sort of like the popular characters behind this. And like I said before, you have Atifku. You have, give me a second. So you have Atifku. You have Rotifmi Amaechi. There is Peter Obi. Now, for some, they said, and there is El Rufai, the Kaduna Little Finger. All right? So there is no clear sort of like who and who have indeed signed up for this, or better still, the conditions behind it. But we will get to that part. First, the content of the application said, this is sequel to the decision taken by the Nigerian National Coalition Group to sponsor our association for full registration. The name of the party shall be All Democratic Alliance, with ADA as our acronym and Justice for All as our slogan. The National Secretariat of the party is, as stated at the bottom of the association's letterhead used in this application. We have also herewith attached our logo describing in details the symbolism of our party colors and their configuration and the corn, maize, agbado. So we have further attached our manifesto encompassing details of our party ideology and our constitution, providing the legal framework that defines our integrity, structures, and organization, regulates our affairs, and guides our actions in alignment for section DC blah blah of Electoral Act of 2022. Please find attached the following document: our party flag depicting our name, acronym and slogan, manifesto, constitution, and minutes of meeting. Now take a look. So this was believed to be their logo. And immediately, people started picking the whole thing apart. That would Peter Obi be involved in anything like this, right? Like, how would the obedient themselves, if, for instance, they actually tell them to align with them, right? But there's so many others. So then another image came out. I don't know, because this kind of like somehow represents or this one depicts the description given in that the application. Corn. They said there is corn inside. Agbado. Hey, agbado, God. But however, in the next few hours after this image made it to the public, right? Another one was published, and this is what that looks like. So people are already tearing them apart. However, somehow, if some of you will remember when they started their journey of APC, Egbekegbe at the time, it was more or less like this. First, it all started like their, clown ball. The moment they finished registration, then it was like, the harvest of the campaigns from all the, well, anyway, that one is out there. Okay. We will see how, we'll see how that goes on the side. Now, here is another one. This wahala between Tifnumbu's team and Shitty Man seems to actually becoming something real. And you know something about these guys, in most cases, is that almost all the time, you have been paying attention. Whenever you raise any form of expose, or there is any form of like, leak, I think they use the word leaks, right? Even with, public evidence of what people are insinuating, the moment they deny it, that is the moment you need to pay more attention. So it's been reported that people around Kolu, they do not want Shitty Man as Tifnumbu's vice in 2027. I mean, that led to Gandola being nearly lynched in Gombe, if you remember. But now it seems it is more than that, and it is real. So many of them are already showing, if you have noticed, so many of them are already showing their symptom of, as usual, in the northern part of Nigeria, destroying Tifnumbu's billboards or anything they see the image of Tifnumbu, destroy them and all that. That some are already saying that they want to see that northerner that's going to go around and sell Tifnumbu. Now, suddenly, and I'm not saying this from the people, I'm not talking about the people who are already like opposition, this or no. I'm talking about within themselves. You see, that moment they nearly killed Gandola in Gombe. So many of them started spitting. And they are saying, they are praying that this their coalition talk work. And then Tifnumbu drops a Shitty Man. They want to see that northerner. And if you remember in 2015 as well, it was the same. The difference is that Jonathan was a Christian. Jonathan is a Christian, Tifnumbu a Muslim, and they don't see Tifnumbu as a real Muslim. I don't know if some of you know that. Tifnumbu is not seen as a real Muslim. That is why it was told that the only way he could convince them there would be to pick a Muslim. Now, picking Shitty Man was to actually appeal to that particular demography, because it's got history with all this Boko Haram and what have you, for real. But now they are saying politically, you don't get any political weight. And people within around Tifnumbu are considering changing him. So this morning, Bayo Onofunuga came out. This is when I believe that something is. And it's good, because I'll tell you why. But wait. Onofunuga came out and said, Tifnumbu will choose his vice after the APC convention. Like, normally, right? There is no vice president ticket or whatever in their setting. So it's only one ticket, and that is the candidate. He will now choose his own vice. They will now call it joint ticket, but that's just literally, right? Now, for them to be making and releasing statements officially, the presidency, they said Tifnumbu would choose his own vice, his running mate. That's what they use. His running mate. Why is he going to need to choose his running mate? Why can't they just say that Tifnumbu shitty man will continue? Is that not what it should be? Anyway, they say it is politics. So now let me now tell you why some of these things matter. Whether those who are forming coalition or those who are forming the campaign and all that, or what have you. I'm talking about Tifnumbu and his gang. Majority of us believes that Tifnumbu currently holds all the cards. That if Tifnumbu, by any means, failed in rigging